Hi there, this video is intended for adults who like to craft.
Hi guys, Linda here. Alright, I'm still going to do my monthly Christmas card, although usually by this time I have a bunch of them designed and I only have this month's ready, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll do a Christmas card a month. Used to do it at your paper pantry and ask other people to share, but now I'm just going to do it myself and share with you. So I got this beautiful die cut and I just had to make it. It's a Spellbinders die that says Joy, and so these are different pieces that I had left over, I guess. So what I did is I embossed the card in black and then went over it with a little bit of white ink and with a sponge, just to kind of pick that up. And then I cut the background out of foil and the letters out of cardstock, the flowers and the little dots and well, all this stuff. There's all this extra stuff like flowers and dots and branches and holly, holly leaves. And I glued those all on there. And so then the inside, and I got this idea from my dear friend Iris. She put this on the back of a card she sent me, and I thought, oh, that's perfect for the inside, and that's another die cut. So my cards are all ready. Because it's foil, I couldn't stamp my name on it, so I stamped it on a piece of paper and then punched it out. So I have, I forget how many I have. I put a little of this paper over them because there's a lot of sticking going on here. And they all look like that on the inside. Some of them have a little bit different paper on the front, but not too many. Let's see, I'll get this all organized again. I've had them done for a while. And then there's one with that paper. I really like that paper. And it was fun using up lots of different papers to do these. There's that one again. There's another one like that. And then I was running out of the silver foil. And I had these foil cards on. That one's silver on silver. And this one is green with the gold. And again, this is another silver with silver. And then I had some, different color foils that I got to use on it. So, and then this one has gold or silver dots. The other one had blue dots. This one is on glitter paper. It was another card base that I had that I wanted to use, but then that's got the green foil versus the yellow foil. And so there you have it. Those are my Christmas, the second share of Christmas cards I've had. Let me see. How many do I have? I think there's 13 here. So they're going to be in this bag with the other ones. This one, and I showed you that one last month. That is the pool card. It goes like this. The magic card. And I found a, I think it was my favorite things, a little stamp that said pool, which is cool. And then I found I had some of these, I don't know why I had them, but some bigger envelopes that these all fit in. So I have 2 months. I think I have like, let's see, this is 12, that might be 10. I think I have like 24 cards so far. And each month I'll be adding more cards to that. I just have them in this bag because it was easy to share that way. Next month it'll be different. So, really a cool little stamp. All right, so now I really want to show you what I'm working on. I showed you my book that I did, my little golden book, and now I got two little ones with kitties in them. And I just love kitty cats, and I have so much kitty cat stuff, and it's like, yay, I get to use it all. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I've made so far. That's not done. I'm going to make that one today. This, I got the idea from Gayle Agostinelli. She was doing this alphabet challenge where each month, I don't know, you do a different letter, and the first letter was acetate, and she made these really cute little shaker tags. So I thought, oh, and this was an image from Graphic Fairy, and I just thought it was so cute. So I had to make that, and because I'm making two of everything. These are pages I haven't done yet. This is another page that I'm working on, graph paper, and it was a little bigger than the page, so I folded it up, put some Tim Holtz tissue paper on it. I Mod Podged that on, then I stitched around it, and because there was this butterfly, I stitched around that too. That butterfly's there, and this one, the butterfly's there. So those are going to be pages. These are some of the images I've got from Graphic Fairy that I just think are so cute. And I did 2 pages of each. And then a couple other things that I have finished for it. Well, these, these aren't quite finished. I want to put a little piece of fabric or, a little pool on it. So then the other things I made are this little booklet. And I had this kitty cat embossing folder and some, I think it's called Black Magic distress paper, I guess. And I had this little kitty cat die, and it's like, oh, I can use that. And my scraps, when I make something, I just take the strips of scraps and make these big, long pieces by gathering it. Let me see. And I got that idea from, I don't know where, somebody, maybe Gayle. Well, here's one where I just took a bunch of scraps. I know this was from Chelle at Ramblin Crafter, where she just took all kinds of pieces. But these are what I do is I just take all the little pieces and pleat them together and sew it. So this one's got a bunch of different pieces on it. But usually I just take, like if I have a long piece of paper, long piece of scrap paper, where is one? I might take a piece like this that's the end of something, and then I just keep folding it. And I'm sure if you watch Gayle or you watch Chelle at Ramblin Crafters or any of those people, you'll see them do that. But I just take it and just keep folding it like that, not, precise or anything. It's kind of wonky. And then I just run it through the sewing machine, and that just makes a cute little topper. This would too. I think I saw this on a magazine, but they had it all torn, and this is the paper that I use for my journal. The tearing it out makes it a little rufflier, so I could snip those, but that's how I do that. That's how this is done. And then I have this really old book. I'll show you. That I got at, I think it was like a flea market. And, it just has all these numbers in it, like somebody recording bills or something like that. January 1933, so it's pretty old. But I took the stitches out, and so now I have, the whole signature, but the paper. But that's quite a bit of paper that I have there to use. And so I took, like, I think 4 sheets. Yeah, each one has 4 sheets in it. And I backed that one piece with a piece of coffee paper, this with coffee paper. So I made 2 of those. I made this little tag that I sewed some more of that paper on. I think I put a little bit of glue on the back of these stitches. I'm not sure about my stitches. This actually has a little pocket here. And where are they? Well, there's some little kitties that could go in there, but it could go like that. So that's another one I did. And then I had a whole can of these papers. And I thought, I'm never going to use this up. And then I thought, oh, that'd be so cute for in this. And I just stamped this on here. This is some, oh, what is this called? This is some parchment paper, but it says calligraphist, and something I got at Goodwill for $1.99. And it was brand new. It has 50 sheets in it, so I got plenty of that too. And so I just sewed, first I stamped this, you know, and folded it over, then cut around the kitty, and then stitched that on. Then this, oh my goodness, this was from Grammies Treasures. Do I have that? Yeah, Grammies Keepsakes. And she made these really cool fold-out things, and so while she was doing it, I had to make them. And I used an old book page, and then you make these 3 envelopes. But isn't this cool? It says, what a perfect day. And then I had the little tags in here, and then it unfolds this way. And here's another little image that I had. I was so excited I got to use all this stuff. Can't remember where I got these from, but maybe Graphic Fairy, I don't know. And then it unfolds this way, and it put this guy here, and then I put this Follow Your Dreams, and that's another little kitty I had. And just decorated it, and here, this one says, here, kitty, 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 and that's got journaling spots on it. And then this will get glued onto the page, and that's part of the old book page that I had. But I think these are so cool. All right, so then, so those are things that I think are finished and ready for the book. I haven't even taken the book apart yet. But then the one I'm working on today, and I do need to finish these. All I'm going to do is take a little piece of ribbon or starry silk and just staple it up there. I might sew it on there too, but those are so fun. And Gayle used book pages and instead of acetate, and you know, she was right. I like the way it has a little bit more give to it. It's not so rigid as the acetate. So this is the one I'm working on today, and this is the way it's gonna look. And I thought I would show you how I did this one, if I can find all the stuff. Okay, here is the stencil that I used, and I just took that and laid that on here, like this. I hope I'm in camera. Let me check, yeah. Okay, it's not very bright. I hope it's running. Oh yeah, 15 minutes in. When Gayle was doing the acetate one, she was on a timer. I think it was 3 things in 30 minutes. And oh my goodness, I could just feel her pain with, you know, the timer, the pressure. It was like craziness. All right, so I'm just gonna, just up here. I have a mat under here, I don't know why. My room looks like an explosion hit it. It's like everything, you know, I'm using, I have to have out and open because then it's, you know, I can't put it away till I'm ready to put it this away. So my stencil book is out, laying open. Alcohol inks are out and open, and I'll show you why that is in a minute. Okay, so just a little bit of that, because I just think that's so cute. And then some vintage photo around the edge. And this is from Ramblin Crafters from Chelle and Clint. Clint is the one that makes them. Shelly's got so many good ideas too on tags and ephemera to put in your journals. And then I took some of this ribbon. This is another thing I got from St. Vinny's. I was like, when I got the cat books, I was like, oh, I got to pull out all things cat. And oh my goodness, do I have the cat things. And, you know, I like cats because I have 2 of them. But, you know, I kept thinking, I keep buying this cat stuff. When am I ever going to have anything to make with cat? You know, I make cards and stuff, but I'm like in 7th heaven doing this. So then I'm just going to cut that off. Well, these scissors are kind of fussy today. Well, these might be too. You know, I've cleaned them. I guess maybe they need sharpened. I have so many pairs of scissors that it doesn't matter. I'll get out the big ones. All right. So that's the easy part. Now, the next part, I made these little tags. First, I took a soda can. Well, I drink Clarburn water. And I taped all I cut it apart and taped all the edges. And then I looked for my Tim Holtz letters. And they're these little tiny letters. I was using those to cut out letters, and oh my gosh, it was like a nightmare to get them out of the dye and then to glue them on and whatever. But I had seen them used as impressions, so I thought, oh, these might work. Will they be big enough? And they were. So I put them on some washi tape backwards. And then I took the soda can and I used one of my old die sets, one of these. I can't even tell you. It just say, let's see. It just says tags, ribbon tags. That's it. I, you know, threw away the other thing. So then I cut it out, and then I took the piece. Well, where's the die? I took the die, and then I took and laid it. First, I cut it out because it had to be done in 2 steps. So I cut it out, and then I'd have this piece in here, like that. And then I took the tape with the letters on it, and I got it centered in there pretty good. That took a few minutes, but it fits right inside here. Oh, I could have done it this way, couldn't I? You know, it fits right in there. And so then I taped it on. And then I taped it on onto this piece. Well, this piece was still stuck in there. That's why, okay. This piece was still, you know, I left that in there. So this one, I had to cut out the base, I had to use my just regular, these things. But then to cut out the words, I needed to take out a couple of the pieces of the Keepsakes machine and use one of these mats and just 2 of these, 2 of the things like this, so it wouldn't cut all the way through. And I have several layers, several thicknesses of this, and one of them I used the wrong one that cut through. But so that's the way I got that. Then I was trying all kinds of different things. I was trying alcohol inks and the mixatives and coloring it with an alcohol marker and just all kinds of different things, and it was making me kind of crazy because I didn't like that. That was just like too messy. And you know, then I had one that looks like this. This is the one where the A fell out. Here it is. I have tape behind there, and I didn't really like that one. So what I ended up doing was taking a vintage photo distress crayon, rubbing it on my mat like this, and then taking my good old finger and just rubbing it on. And that turned out to be the best, or acceptable to me anyway. Sometimes we can spend hours on the simplest things, and this would be right up there as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I used to have all these really cool rubs, and like a year ago I went to use them and they were all dried up, and so they got tossed. That's the thing, you know, you see something you want and then you end up buying all of it, the whole line or all the colors, and then you don't use them enough. That's why I'd like to just pare down my room just to use just to keep what I use. But like these crayons, okay, so I don't use those very much, but boy, I sure was glad today when I had them that I could use them and that they made me happy. So that's going to go on here like this. I hope you can see that it says Namaste. Let me stand up here and see. Can you see that it says Namaste? I just think that's so cute. And so then to make it a little fancier, I just took some of this, I think this is linen string. I don't even know. It's kind of stiff. And then, let's see. I always forget, is it front to back to front, or which effect do I want? And then I always have to try a couple times. So, you know, if you cut these out in paper and try to do this, it's so easy to rip them. So it's kind of nice with this soda can. You do have to be careful, like the soda can, after I cut it, all around the edges, I put washi tape so I wouldn't hurt myself. So you can see my Clarburn. I buy the just natural Clarburn, and then I put coffee syrup in it, the vanilla, and I really like that. But it's good with raspberry in it, or, you know, whatever you want. And you don't have to have a big old soda stream on your counter. Let's see. And I don't have much counter space, so that's the reason I have to think of ways not to have it. See, now that's just not dark enough for me. I'm going to try a little vintage photo on it and see if you know, this, well, that works pretty good. It's a water base, isn't it? So I tried, you know, I even tried using the felt. I don't know. I'm going to use this one. I'll keep trying different things. And if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I mean, I tried putting the alcohol ink on the felt and stamping it, but if you rub it, it just rubs right off. I tried outlining the letters with a pen, and that looked like a mess. So this was going to make me the happiest. So I'm just using tacky glue, and I'm hoping that'll work. Get that on there. So there you have it. That is my next tag or spot for in my little journals that I'm going to work on in. I will be back and share some more things when I get them done in the little gold book journals when I'm done. And if you're making Christmas cards all year and you have a website or a blog and you want me to see it, I'd love to see your Christmas cards or anything else. Just leave me a note down at the bottom that you have a blog or a YouTube channel. Oh, I did find something here. Yeah. So I showed you this. I have these little, I had a bunch of these little tags cut out, and I had this cute little mouse and a bunch of these little cat stickers and a stamp that said meow, and I'm going to stick those in there with a little string on it and make it attached like a tea bag would be. Anyway, I'll show them when I get done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.